So Joel, it came to my knowledge the other day that you recommended to a certain young man that you know that he could read the last book in the Ransom trilogy on its own.
He was asking me which book of the three he ought to take with him on vacation, and I said, if you're only going to read one right now, you need
said
to
the
read.
First one, right?
You need to read That Hideous Strength, because That Hideous Strength is prophetic in terms of its assessment of our modern cultural madness. I told him, and I tell everyone, it's best to read the trilogy in order, all of them together. You'll appreciate That Hideous Strength more if you have the background of the first two. But That Hideous Strength can be read first or as a standalone, and you will still benefit greatly from it. Yeah. And I am on good ground in saying that.
What ground do you think you're on?
Lewis, in the preface to That Hideous Strength, says that very thing. He says, this is part of the trilogy.
Lewis, but Lewis made several critical mistakes in telling other people about how to read his books.
Okay.
Now, in the same way, he told some little girl, you could read Narnia in a chronological order if you want to. And then they started republishing in that order.
So, but he wrote that letter years later as an old man, and he is not wanting to discourage this young lady, this little girl who is writing with this idea. That's completely different. The preface he wrote when he wrote the novel. And he's actually telling people, yes, this is part of a trilogy that includes Out of the Silent Planet and Perelandra, but this could be read on its own, even though you will understand it better if you have the background of the first two. So yeah, I don't encourage people to read That Hideous Strength and not read the others, or to read them in a dischronologized fashion, but to say, if you can only read one at this moment,
you should start at the beginning.
That Hideous Strength is the most important novel Lewis ever wrote.
It is definitely up there. I don't know if I would agree with that either. But
it is. I think without question, it is a modern fairy tale, and it is the most important. It's not my favorite fiction that he wrote. I'm not saying that, but it is the most important novel that he wrote.
That'll be a subject for another discussion.
I guess so. We need to start. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Death can't hold you, no.